Tonight, new threats of a regional war if the U.S. moves forward with strikes on Iran.
We do have very big, powerful ships heading in that direction.
America ramps up its show of force. Iran says it's not scared. The stakes abroad and around the world. A 5-year-old detained by ICE for nearly 2 weeks finally returns home.
The American people don't want to see these images of children and people being dragged out of their cars.
How the Trump team says it's scaling back. And the Canadian waiting in the wings for a potential mission to the far side of the moon.
My assignment guarantees a seat for Canada, for all of you.
Jenny Gibbons on her role in this historic moment.
From CBC News, this is The National with Ian Hanomansing.
U.S. warships are converging on the waters near Iran tonight as Donald Trump is warning Tehran to submit to Washington's demands or face an attack. But Iran's supreme leader has issued a warning of his own. In no uncertain terms, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is now saying if the U.S. starts a war, this time it will be a regional war. Still, at least 10 U.S. military vessels are now within striking distance, including the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier. And Trump is seemingly unfazed by the danger of another explosion of violence in the Middle East. Aaron Collins now on what Washington wants from Iran and why a war now could have global consequences.
A show of force impossible to ignore. The U.S. flexing its military muscles on Iran's front porch.
We do have very big, powerful ships heading in that direction, as you know.
All those ships an attempt to ramp up pressure on Iran.
We can make a negotiated deal that would be satisfactory with no nuclear weapons. They said they should do that, but I don't know that they will.
The U.S. wants Iran to stop enriching uranium and dispose of current stockpiles, limit the range of the country's ballistic missiles, and put an end to its support of groups like Hamas and Hezbollah. Iran's foreign minister says his country is willing to talk.
President Trump said no nuclear weapons, and we fully agree with that. Of course, in return, we expect sanction lifting.
But the country's supreme leader striking a different tone, warning a new conflict could spread across the region. A familiar chants of death to America ring out in Tehran, echoing on streets where billboards carry threats of their own. But protesters against the regime have clogged those same streets in recent weeks. Thousands believed to have been killed as the state violently cracked down on dissent. Some Iranians wary of another military clash. I'm 100% against war, this man says. Iran still reeling after its 12-day war with Israel in June. Iran had announced it would begin military exercises in the Strait of Hormuz starting Sunday. The U.S. had warned against any action that put its ships in harm's way, and some worry that any escalation in the area could impact the global economy.
20% of the global oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz, so Iran doesn't necessarily need to close it. Disruption alone in the Strait of Hormuz could cause a massive spike in energy prices.
Those exercises, Ian, it's not clear Iran actually intends to go ahead with them. After announcing them on state media last week, Iran's Revolutionary Guard now says none were planned.
And Aaron, Donald Trump has reacted to those threats from the Ayatollah about a U.S. attack leading to a broader regional conflict.
Yeah, he has, Ian. And with that expected mixture of bravado and bluster, Donald Trump again pointing out the size of the U.S. armada gathering near Iran, saying he hoped a deal would get done with Iran in the coming days. But if a deal doesn't emerge, well, we'd find out if Iran's supreme leader was right.
Aaron Collins reporting from Washington.